On September 11, 2001, there was an attack on America against the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. Around 3,000 Americans were killed on that tragic day. This act of terrorism was committed by an Islamic terrorist group known as Al-Qaeda. This event led many Americans to have trouble differentiating the radical Muslims who committed this act from the rest of the Muslims within America, creating prejudice within the U.S.
7 years after the tragedy, the Teachers College at Columbia University did a survey with Muslim students who were enrolled in schools in New York City. These were some of the results. The students who did feel safe within the classroom reported that they were experiencing feelings of hypersensitivity about being Muslim.
In 2009, Fox News ran a story that explored the controversy behind the way Islam was being portrayed in some textbooks.
The textbooks are biased, and there's plenty of misinformation.
Gilbert Sewell is the author of the study Islam in the Classroom, What the Textbooks Tell Us. He says publishers have been pressured by Islamic activists to portray the religion in the most favorable light, while Islamic terrorism is downplayed.
In 2012, a school board in Florida held a meeting discussing the possibility of Islam being introduced into the curriculum. These were some of the responses.
What's the point in teaching a religion that caused the Twin Towers to fall down?
Islam coming into our schools. There is no talk of Hindus or any other religion, because at least the other religions don't teach hate. They don't teach God is ashamed of women, that they need to be covered up like pigs in a blanket. They don't teach jihads toward people who don't agree with them.
I remember going home and fully understanding the severity of the incident and being able to comprehend the reality of it because my dad was there, but I didn't understand why it happened or why everyone was focusing on Muslims and talking about this specific group of people. That was really confusing. I did notice a lot of students who were either Muslim or who were from the Middle East and looked like they could be Muslim definitely got a lot of backlash. Be in the shoes of my teachers at my school then, I would have completely done it differently. I would have acknowledged 9/11. I would have made sure that students did not discriminate against people who looked like they could be Muslim, even if they weren't. I would educate my students that just because people identify with the same religion does not mean that they're going to go out and do the exact same thing. I would help support the kids who were dealing with so much stress at home from this horrible incident, and I would teach about it.
Surprised that some kids don't know what 9/11 means. Many parents and families and schools have sheltered their kids from that terrible event.
This first resource is a wonderful website that will not only give educators suggestions on how to teach about 9/11, it will also give suggestions on how to deal with any problems that might arise while teaching about such a sensitive topic. This resource is a wonderful book geared towards a younger audience. It explores how Muslim Americans felt in the United States in a post-9/11 world. The title is also not violent. The shooting refers to photography. This last resource is actually written by Muslim youth who live in New York City. This resource can be either used to read with your students or to read to yourself to get a better perspective.